new topic, there's no problem. Yeah. So if I give you data, say for an example, 38, 41, 43, 39, 52, 48, 60, and 167. The mean of this. So mean for this will nearly turn out to be 61. Okay. But if you see now, 61 is larger than all these entries, right? So if I want to represent this data, if I want to represent this, data, to represent this data, 61 is, I mean, mean is not a good, mean not good to represent this data. Are you getting my point? Say in a class, if 96% students failed, right? And they got nearly say 5%, 6%, 10% marks. To 96 students per 96% students got marks less than 10, and the 4% students got out of, I mean, 100 out of 100 they have. If you take the average of this, if you find out the mean, that will be very much larger than 96% students what they are getting below 10. Okay. So if you are telling someone, what you are going to say कि average हमारा 35 36 तक जा रहा है, like, but then you will have to clarify, like, most of the students have got less than 10, only 4 to 5% students have got more than 4 to 5% students are having out of. So what it means, you're explaining it because the mean that you're saying, it is not a good representation of your data. So in many of the times, mean is not good. Okay, so we need to shift to some other method to represent the data, and the other method is using the median. And as rightly said, median is nothing but the middlemost entry for the given data. Fine, so I'll write down the definition. Median is the median is middlemost value, or rather than value, middlemost observation in the data. When the observations are arranged, observations are arranged in in increasing order of their values. So whenever we talk about new mean, so new way of expressing a data, we should also talk how to calculate it in different structures. Say the ungrouped data. For ungrouped data, how do you find the mean? Ungrouped data, arrange in ascending order, arrange in ascending order, and the middlemost entry, and the middlemost entry is the median. What if there is no middlemost entry? Anyone?
Sir, we'll have to find the the two entries which are in the middle and take mean of them.
Exactly. So if no middlemost entry, then median is equal to n by 2th entry plus n by 2 plus 1th entry divided by 2. Second, if you have the continuous frequency distribution, continuous or discrete for both of them, continuous frequency distribution. Anyone quickly, what is continuous frequency distribution? Which type of data you call it to be continuous frequency distribution? Very fast. Not so much time is required. Manas,
Sir, when they are without gaps,
and they are without gaps.
The one with the class intervals.
One with the class intervals is continuous frequency distribution. And what is discrete frequency distribution? Saura,
Where we need both class mark and frequency.
we don't need classwork and frequency. What is discrete frequency distribution is where you have x and f given. Okay, please make this clear. So
Okay.
if x and f, this kind of data is given to you, then this is called the discrete frequency distribution. If class interval and frequencies are given, then it is continuous frequency distribution. Okay.
Okay.
I will just write down for the continuous frequency distribution. What is the formula? You have done this again. Median is equal to L plus N by 2 minus C into F divided by F into H. Generally, writing it is better to remember in this form. L plus H by F into N by 2 minus C. L plus N by 2 minus CF in bracket. This formula you have seen in your 12th standard, I guess. What are the representation? L is lower limit of the class, lower limit of the class. H is height of your class, which height means the width which you can find out by upper limit minus lower limit. F is the frequency of the class. What is CF? Anyone?
Cumulative
Cumulative frequency.
Cumulative
Is the
frequency.
exactly cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency. But cumulative frequency of the class just preceding the median class of the class preceding median class. Preceding median class. Okay, a simple question now. Which class is called the median class then? This is again frequency of median class. Which class is called the median class? Anyone who remembers?
So if the frequency is given, the sum of the frequencies given is odd, then the n by 2 plus 1 at 1, n plus 1 by 2 at 1, and if the frequency is given even, then the same n by 2 at.
Mm,
I mean, I can't explain it correctly.
okay. Okay, no problem. I'll take an example here quickly to for a better understanding of both the formulas, and then we will also talk about what to do when discrete frequency distribution is given to us. Say for an example, raw data I won't take. I'll directly give marks and the number of students. So I have marks and I have number of students. Right, so below 20, then 21 to 40, 41 to 60, and then 61 to 80, and 81 to 100. And the number of students, which is the frequency, is 1, 9, 32, 16, and 7. Okay. So now, what I should do? The first step, look at the class intervals. Are they good?
No, sir.
No. So those are
Inclusive.
inclusive. We need to convert it to exclusive, and even if you convert it to exclusive, that is going to be a problem. So what we will do is we'll convert it to class boundaries. We'll use the class boundaries. So that will be 0 to 20.5, then 20.5 to 40.5, then 40.5 to 60.5, then 60.5 to 80.5, then 80.5 to 100, right? Now these are my class boundaries. There is a gap of 1 unit, right? And that's why we are taking class boundaries over here. Now let's get started. What is the sum? 10, 40,
65.
65. Okay, thank you. 65. So I'll draw the less than cumulative frequency table. Less than cumulative frequency, right? So in this case, what I will do is, how do you find less than cumulative frequency? All the values with less than 20.5, then 40.5, that will become 10, then below 60.5, that will be 42, then this will be 58, the last, of course, the summation of all of them, 65. What is n by 2? 65 divided by 2, that is going to be
32.5.
32.5, which is the entry just exceeding 32.5. You can look at these, which is a just exceeding 32.5.
42.
42.
This is just exceeding n by 2.
Sir,
Yes.
sir, right now you asked that the we have to divide by 2. So do we need to tell the marks or the less than cumulative frequency that which entry is exceeding 32.5?
This is for different data.
Okay.
That data was raw data in which you just look at n by 2 and declare the median.
Okay.
Here you have class intervals.
Okay.
So the class just exceeding n by 2 is this. Please mute
Okay.
yourself.
Okay. Sorry.
So this class is just exceeding n by 2. So this is the median class.
Sir,
Huh. So this class, which is just exceeding n by 2, is actually called the median class. But Harshit, you want to say something?
No, sir, my audio connection got lost.
I don't know why this is happening.
sir, and there is a constant buzzing noise.
From my side?
Yes, sir.
No, I don't think so. It's not from my side. I am too getting that noise. Now, see, it is gone.
No, sir, like it's there.
Okay. So this class is nothing but the median class. The class which is having cumulative frequencies just exceeding n by 2. So we need to take all the entries from this. So what is L here? L is the lower limit for this class, 40.5. What is the height of this class? 60.5 minus 40.5, which is
20.
10, 20. Yes. What is the cumulative frequency? CF?
42.
Sure. I'll go to the previous page again and check what was written there. CF is
10.
of preceding median class. Cumulative frequency of the class preceding median class. It is like this. So CF is going to be 10. What more things do we need? What is n by 2? 32.5. L plus h by f in bracket n by 2 minus c. I think that's all. Fine.
Sir,
Yes.
sir means for CF, did we have to subtract 42 minus 32 so that we got 10 because we're looking at this class 40.5 to 60.5.
Hmm.
Okay.
40.5 plus L plus H by F is 20. What is the frequency of that class? 32, right? L plus H by F in bracket N by 2, which is 32.5 minus C, which is 10. So the median is 54.56.
56.
This is median. Now, who can tell me how we will find the mean? Okay, should I go to the next page? Yes. So I have X, I have F. Which frequency distribution is? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have frequencies as 6, 14, 8, 12, 9. How will you find out the median for this?
I guess almost the same procedure as before.
But you don't have class intervals in this, right? How
Uh,
will you take the lower limit, upper limit? Okay, I'll give you this as a homework. A small, yes, anyone who wants to speak on this?
so we can do one thing, like
Hmm.
we know the frequency of
Hmm.
all the classes, and we know one method that when there is
Hmm.
a ungrouped data, then the
Hmm.
middlemost value is the median. So we type the
Exactly.
frequency here, and we can just find n by 2, or like I said, odd number and even number.
Exactly. That is one way. The same method can be simplified, right? By some of the technique that we have learned. Okay, I will leave it as a exercise for you. You can try this, think on this, and you can tell me tomorrow. If you are not able to, then I'll tell you. For discrete frequency distribution, how do we find out the median? The next one is mode. Yes, what is mode?
Mode is the highest occurring value.
Mode is the highest occurring value. So the observation with maximum frequency, the observation maximum frequency or the most repeated observation or most repeated observation. So if it is the raw data, then you can directly give the answer now. If I want to find the mode, say for an example, 35, 38, 40, 39, 35, 36, 37. What is the mode?
35.
35 is repeated how many times?
2 times.
Okay, so 35 is repeated two
Two
times.
times.
That is the maximum repeated entry. So 35 is mode. What will happen for discrete frequency distribution? Say if you have a data like this, X and F, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's the mode?
4.
4.
4. So you look at the value of X. Remember this very important point. Our mean, median, and mode all are the values of X, okay? And that is the most repeated value is 4, and that's why our mode is 4. Most highest frequency, the value of X, the value most repeated. The problem is about the continuous frequency distribution. Continuous.
Sir, I did not understand this part.
What you didn't understand?
So that 4 you have circled, no, there 4 and 20. That I did not understand.
What is the definition of mode, Ayush?
Sir,
What is the definition? Tell me. What do you mean by mode?
observation with maximum frequency and most repeated observation.
Yes. Who is having maximum value frequency? Which value of X is having highest frequency?
Oh, okay, sir, I understand.
Huh.
So that time call came, so I did not see that.
Okay, no problem. So for continuous frequency distribution, I'll just write down the formula, and with the formula, we will also write down the uh, notation that we are using in that formula. So the formula for mode in the continuous frequency distribution is L plus Fm minus F1 upon 2Fm minus F1 minus F2 into H. Yes, what could be the meaning? What could be the meaning? What is L? These are logical things. You shouldn't require so much time. L is
The
lower
lower
limit
limit.
of
Middle class? No. The highest frequency class?
what it will be called the modal class.
Model class.
And how will you declare a modal class? A class with
Highest
highest.
frequency.
So
Highest
you
frequency.
L is the lower limit of modal class. Fm, the frequency of modal class. Frequency of modal class. F1, frequency of pre-modal class. Frequency of pre-modal class. F2, frequency of post-modal class. and h is the height of the class, height of model class. So this is all about mode. We need to solve one example actually, and also I gave you a homework. Please see to this, okay, later. First thing is how you will define median for this discrete frequency distribution. How can you find out the median? Also, I need you to think graphically. Graphically, how can you find median? And second, how can you find mode? So I need you to think on two of these things. In the next lecture, I will discuss these two things. Graphically, how can we talk about median and mode? And also, we'll talk about geometric mean and harmonic mean. Is there any difficulty up to this? Please ask.
Sir, can you show that mean class wali slide
Yes.
example?
Mean.
Mean salary wala.
Mean salary. This one. Is it this?
No, sir. That example, male and female one.
300 employees that.
300 employees.
This.
Huh. Okay.
Yes, sir. Done.
Hasnain, if you don't answer the questions and if you are not active, then you cannot leave. Mark your attendance. Mark your attendance and later you can leave.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, thank you everyone.